Okay, I know that sounds a little dramatic, right? But seriously, stick with me on this. Because if you've ever read your moon sign description and just felt nothing, like, nope, that is not me, well, there's a really good reason for that. And we're going to get right into it.
And hey, it's a super common feeling, isn't it? You pull up your chart and it says you've got this fiery, direct emotional nature. But in reality, you're way more intuitive and, kind of quiet. Or maybe it says you're supposed to be all calm and steady, but you know deep down you've got a pretty quick fuse. I'm here to tell you you're not wrong. You're not crazy. You've probably just been handed the wrong map to your own heart. Yeah, let's call it a case of mistaken identity. Your emotional compass, that thing inside you that points toward what makes you feel safe and good, it's not broken. Not at all. It might just be set to the wrong coordinates, calibrated to a system that doesn't quite fit you. So why does this matter so much? Well, in Vedic astrology, or Jyotish, the moon is a really big deal. We're not just talking about your daily moods here. It's seen as the mind itself. It's your deep down emotional wiring, your gut reactions, your innermost habits. Basically, it's the key to what truly makes you tick and what makes you feel safe. It's so deeply personal, and that's exactly why it feels so jarring when the description just doesn't land. Okay, so here it is. The big reason for all this confusion. And it's not about one system being right and the other being wrong. Not at all. It's much simpler. There are two different zodiacs, two totally different ways of mapping the exact same sky. And this is honestly the best way to get your head around it. Picture two maps of, say, New York City. One map is lined up with the street grid, and the other is lined up with true north. They're both maps of the same city, right? But your address might be totally different depending on which map you're looking at. One map isn't lying, it's just using a different starting point. Astrology is exactly like that. So let's break it down. You've got the tropical zodiac. That's the one you see in most Western horoscopes and apps. It's all tied to the seasons. It basically says, okay, the first day of spring, that's the start of Aries, period. Then you have the sidereal zodiac, which is used in Vedic astrology. This one is lined up with the actual visible constellations in the night sky. Now, thousands of years ago, these two systems were pretty much aligned, but they've been slowly drifting apart ever since. And that gap, it actually has a name. It's called the Ayanamsa. It's all because of this thing called the precession of the equinoxes, which I know sounds super technical, but all it means is that the Earth has this tiny, slow wobble on its axis. And even though that wobble is minuscule every year, over hundreds and thousands of years, man, it really adds up. So, how much has it added up? Well, right now that gap is around 24 degrees. Now think about this. Each zodiac sign is only 30 degrees wide, so 24 degrees is a huge difference. It's almost an entire zodiac sign. And what that means for most people is that your real sidereal moon sign is probably the one right before the one you've always thought it was. So what does this actually look like? Let's take an example. Say your horoscope app tells you you're an Aries moon. Fiery, go-getter, super direct. But what if your sidereal moon is actually in Pisces? That's all about intuition, dreams, and needing quiet time alone. We're talking a complete 180 in your emotional makeup. Or how about this one? You've always been told you're a calm, grounded Taurus moon, but you can't help but wonder why you get ticked off so easily. Well, guess what? Your sidereal moon could be in Aries, which is all about that quick trigger and needing to go for a run to sort out your feelings. All of a sudden, it just clicks, doesn't it? Okay, one last one for you. You read that your Gemini moon makes you curious, but maybe a little scattered. But if your sidereal moon is actually in Taurus, your true emotional need isn't for more information, it's for stability. It's for routine, it's for sensory comfort, like really good food, a super soft blanket, and music that calms your soul. It's a totally different world. Okay, so you're probably thinking, how do I find my real map? The good news is, it's super easy. Seriously, you can do this yourself in 2 minutes. All right, step 1, just hop online and search for a Vedic birth chart calculator. When you pull one up, look for the settings. You need to make sure you select the sidereal zodiac, and if it asks for an Ayanamsha, just pick Lahiri. It's the standard one. Pop in your birthday, your exact birth time, and where you were born. The chart it spits out will show you your moon sign, called your Rashi, and it'll show you something even cooler, your nakshatra. And this is where things get really interesting, because it goes even deeper. Vedic astrology has this amazing ancient layer called the nakshatras.
I like to think of them as the secret code, the specific flavor of your emotional DNA. So the entire zodiac is split into 27 of these lunar mansions, and your moon lands in just one of them. This adds a whole new level of detail. You're not just a sidereal Aries moon anymore. No, you might be an Aries moon in the Ashwini Nakshatra, which means you have this built-in impulse to heal and start things fast. Or maybe you're a Taurus moon in Rohini, which gives you this deep love for beauty and artistic growth. This is the stuff that explains the why behind your feelings. It's what makes your moon sign yours. And honestly, this is the layer that makes people go, whoa, okay, that's freakishly accurate. All right, so you've got this new info, your sidereal moon sign, your nakshatra. Now what? The whole point of this isn't just to collect cool new labels for yourself. It's about taking that knowledge and actually using it. It's about aligning your life with what you really need emotionally so you can feel more grounded and, well, just better. Just take a look at this. Every moon sign type boils down to a core emotional need. In Aries type, they absolutely need physical outlets. Taurus, they thrive on steady routines. A Pisces type needs that quiet time, that solitude. Find your sign here. Seriously, look for it. And just let that sink in. This is your permission slip to start building a life that actually supports your emotional core, instead of trying to force it to be something it's not. So let's go all the way back to the beginning. Your moon sign was never lying to you. Not really. You were just navigating with a seasonal map instead of a star map. And finding this new map, this sidereal one, it doesn't mean the other one is garbage. It's just a different tool. But for you, this might be the one that finally leads you home, to yourself, to the right address for your own heart. And really, that's what this is all about. It's an invitation. Now that you know this other map exists, a map that might show you your own inner world with incredible clarity, the only question left is, what are you going to discover?